Well, initially we were having problems with our unit for the downstairs of the house. We have two separate units upstairs. So the unit was cutting off. And of course, I'm not a technician, so I don't know what the issue was. So because John Moore has name recognition, and we see John Moore's trucks driving all around Siena, they were probably the first ones we considered. We called and made contact with their customer service rep, and to my surprise, they actually work weekends. So and literally, I think the appointment was sometime late in the evening because we work during the day. We're at the office, and so they were very accommodating. I think they came out and were somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 5 or 6 in the evening, and they were here past maybe almost 9 o'clock. They were here to get it done. So I know I was thinking about it. It's after 9 and it's almost time for bedtime. But we were glad that they weren't watching their the clocks. So
I know my husband had stepped out, and I was here with Nick. Nick made me feel very comfortable. Case in point, he came and he stopped at the foyer and he was like, "Is it okay to enter?" I was like, "Sure." He came through the back door. He came back in, and every time he would call my name out to make sure I'm assuming that I was appropriate. And Nick came out again. After a while, I found him to be part of the family. I found myself, "Hey, Nick, would you like a drink of water? In fact, would you like lemonade?" And so I felt very comfortable with him, because sometimes when you're alone, he identified himself. He was dressed appropriate. And like Richard said, he was able to articulate in non-technical terms. And one of the things I want to add to what Nick did do, he would ask me a question and I would say, "Nick, I'm not sure. Why don't you call my husband?" And he said, "You know what? I'll just wait till he comes back then." And he said, "I have some other things I can be doing." So he didn't pressure me so that he can finish the job on, in a timely manner. He was like, "I'll just wait." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I like that.
I think that as for Nick Rodriguez, I think that as far as the Youngs are concerned, that he's the face of John Moore. Being able to fix the problem and to be able to communicate all those to us in reasonable terms, which we can, the vernacular for the common person that doesn't deal with HVAC all the time. We thought that was refreshing.
I would definitely refer them. So if people were to ask me, yes, I'm like, "Man, he made me feel this way," because people will always forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.